Well, and hello, everyone, and welcome to the Let's Talk Variety Show. I am your host, Andy Asher. Earlier this month, it was the Senior Games in Pittsburgh, and I had a chance to speak to one of the star athletes of the event, Madonna Hanna, a sprinter who earned gold. It's an amazing achievement.
So it's never too late to set goals, and I believe that that when you live agelessly, it's liberating because age isn't stopping you from doing whatever you want to do.
It was great talking to Madonna, and we will hear her interview. It's coming up real shortly. But first, let's check in with Mimi in the kitchen.
Today, we're gonna make some appetizers, mushrooms.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. You know, we love mushrooms. Who doesn't? So I got some baby portabella mushrooms, baby bella. Okay, I cleaned them with a damp cloth. They are all clean. And I took all the insides, like you see here. The insides, I took it with a little spoon that I have around, so I can, do it without breaking up. So we're gonna stuff this with cream cheese, soft cream cheese. You put for 16 ounces of mushroom, you put 4 ounces of cream cheese, quarter cup of Parmesan cheese. I love Parmesan. You don't have to. And then quarter cup of sharp cheddar. Okay, put it in there.
Did you cut that up?
Yeah, I did. And then some white scallions. Okay, you put the white part in there inside. All right. A little paprika. Put paprika.
And these are going to be stuffed mushrooms.
Oh yeah, this is the stuffing that I'm making. Okay. I hope you can see it. You see it, right? And then a pinch of salt, not too much. They like that. Kosher salt always. And then a little black pepper. And stir, stir, stir. You stir all this. You stir all this. Ding. And you can add turkey bacon or bacon to it. This time we just put cheese in it, cheese and scallions. It's delicious.
Do you have to cook this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, then it's cooked.
And then, no, this is, we're gonna cook it. Of course, we're gonna cook the mushrooms in the air fryer. I love it.
Air fryers are good.
I love it. So the air fryer, I preheated already the air fryer, 360 for like 5 minutes. Now it should be all nice. I'm gonna stuff my mushrooms. See?
You want to do all that now, or maybe when we come back?
Yeah, I'm just gonna put this, and then I'm gonna stuff one very quick, and then I'll finish this by myself, and then come back to show you how. So you see, you put this inside like a pro.
Like a what?
Like a professional.
Yes, absolutely.
Like that. Like you're making an ice cream cone.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
All right, and then you tap it so it can go all inside. There you go. And you make the others. So I'll be right back. When I finish all this, I'm gonna show you how I put it in the air fryer.
Thanks, Bibi. We will be right back. Now, Senior Games can be a big deal for anyone over 50 with a dream of competing to win and showcase their skills and abilities in a wide range of sports, from track and field to swimming, basketball, tennis, even pickleball. Now, my guest is Madonna Hanna, who has a fabulous story to tell.
So it's absolutely an incredible experience to be around a group of people who are 50 to 100 plus, men and women who are out there in track and field events. And of course, there's other events too, other sports for the National Senior Games. But we're just talking track and field right now. But just to see people who are 85, 90. And if you could have seen the guys who are like 90 to 100 racing down the track, it's like, yeah. It is so remarkable and just so empowering and inspiring to watch.
And what does that say about us as we get older?
It says, one, absolutely anything is possible. And just before I left my physical fitness, PT, physical therapy trainer, and I were discussing that what if absolutely everyone knew that you could be active in your advanced years? Who says that just because you're 60, 70, 80, 90, or 100, who says that you're just sitting around and there's nothing for you to do, or to say, well, I'm too old for that? What if? There's a lot of what ifs in there. And also, I'm sure you, like myself, have met people who are like 35 and 40. Well, I can't do that anymore. I used to be able to do, but it's all a matter of mindset, that you can do more. You absolutely can. You don't have to get out there and race, and run 100 meters or 800 meters or anything like that. There are other things that you can do, share a talent or something.
And it's not to say that you have to be running at the level that you are, but it says that you can do things in spite of what your mind might tell you otherwise.
Yes, because if you're always telling yourself, and I hear people say this all the time, people who don't know me, if you're in a grocery store and you see grandma with a couple of kids, or, I overhear people say, oh, well, I'm old and I can't do that, and it's, stop telling yourself that, because what you tell your brain is what you are going to believe, and everyone is far more vital and interesting and capable of so much more, even children and teenagers, because I taught teenagers for like 32 years, but everyone is capable of so much more, and it's okay to push yourself and try new things, and if it doesn't go well, guess what? You tried and you learned something.
I'm sure. What other things does it bring to your life overall?
Andy, what I want to share with you and your viewers is that I had absolutely no idea that I would be that I would become a competitive amateur sprinter in my advanced age. That was not in the cards for me. That was not my plan. My background, and even as a child, I had an interest in fashion, retailing, acting, marketing, and on the playground, looking back, I was the fastest kid. I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but in the 50s and 60s, I was running around the playground in my black patent leather, Mary Jane shoes, playing tag. And Andy, if you were out there and we were playing tag, I would get you. There was just no, I would run people down and get them. and I was also fast at dodgeball too. I did like watching the Summer Olympics, and especially track and field. And Andy, wow, after watching the sprinters, I would go outside to my backyard and play 100-yard dash. And I would win all sorts of gold medals for the USA. And I just saw myself, yeah, I'm going to be in the Olympics. Yes, that's me. But unfortunately, my high school did not have a girls' track team. They just didn't, that opportunity wasn't there. So I went into the fashion industry, taught for 32 years, and at the age of 57, minding my own business, Andy, planning a spring fashion show, I heard the universe say, run 100 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm planning a fashion show. Andy, it would not let me go for 3 days. And there was a heaviness. It was, maybe you've had this feeling, or your viewers have had this feeling, where you just can't shake a feeling, and the feeling has weight to it, and you can't get away from it. That's how it felt for 3 days. It was like a recording. Run 100 meters. Run 100 meters. I started thinking about myself as a child, wanting to be an Olympian. And I spoke to my husband, who actually had track experience. How about that?
Yeah.
I said, I'd like to run 100 meters. And he said, okay, I'll coach you, just do what I say. And I was like, okay. And he was very much old school. Oh goodness, he had me wearing a backpack with 5 pounds of bricks. Just imagine me going into, the local hardware store. I need 5 pounds of bricks, please. I need to put them in my backpack to run. And, it's nothing to them because they know people do that. And then I also wore 3 to 5 pound weights around my ankle. And my husband had me running up hills, down hills, just running everywhere. And then he entered me into the 2011 Washington State Senior Games in the 50 and the 100 meter event. Here I am, Andy, around people who are doing all this stretching, and they're talking about all the events that they've been in. I just came from a meet in Louisiana. Next week I'll be in Canada. And they're talking about their gear. And I'm just kind of there, like Forrest Gump. Like, well, I'm just kind of here. Yeah. And I line up, starting pistol goes off, boom, 50 meters. I'm over the finish line, and I'm first. I'm first. Then it happened again in the 100. I won. My competitors were very gracious. They were all around me saying, wow, you need to compete in nationals. Andy, come on, I'm out there on a whim. And they're talking about, you could go to nationals. Come back again next year and compete. You could qualify. And I'm like, what are these people talking about? And Andy, you know that in life, sometimes other people see something in you that you don't see yourself. Come on, I got to go back and finish my fashion show. Come on. And I said, okay, I'll try it again. And guess what, Andy? I qualified for the 2013 National Senior Games in Cleveland. Now, I didn't medal in my 100 meter event, but I did have a chance to volunteer for a 4x100 meter relay somebody was sick, and I showed up 15 minutes before the relay, and like, hi, I'm Madonna. And someone and someone said, "What leg do you want to race?" And I said, "What's the leg?" Oh, Andy, that went over real well. The clock's ticking, right? We're gonna compete like 14 minutes or so. And some of the ladies weren't happy. And even one lady said to me, "We are world-class athletes and we expect to medal." So so they took me out on the track, Andy, and gave me a 10-minute crash course on what to do. You better believe, I had tuned in my listening skills and everything, and we raced to a bronze medal. Can you imagine that? Showing up, you don't know what to do. It's like, well, I've watched on television. I mean, just talk about not knowing what to do, and like, oh, here we are. And they had me run the first leg, which is a curve. And Andy, come on, I'm just used to running in a straight line. And so there I had to run in a curve as fast as I could, but I did it. And it makes for a really great story, because I am a professional public speaker, and I do like to share that story about teamwork and listening and all that sort of thing. In 2014, Andy, I had a little bit of a situation. I was racing in a 50-meter event, and I heard what I thought was the starting gun going off again. But it was me rupturing my left Achilles. Everybody in the stadium heard it. All I know is everything went dark, and I was told that I fainted over the finish line in second place. and the next thing I know, I'm laying on my back looking at the sky, and somebody came over and said, "Madonna, you won't be racing anymore today. You've ruptured your Achilles. You're gonna lay on this table for about 25 minutes." They had this big bag of ice. To make a long story short, I needed surgery, and the surgeon did tell me, and Andy, these were like the first words out of his mouth. I was 61 at the time, and he said, "Because of your age, you may not be sprinting again, because there's a good chance you're not going to have the explosive speed to do that." And Andy, it never occurred to me that I would not be able to race again. It took me 3 years. 2017, I said, "Let me try this again. Let me try." Guess what? Gold in the 50, gold in the 100. I went to see my physical therapist, had to show up the gold, and I even wrote a note to my surgeon, who didn't answer me. But anyway, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And 2017 was also my husband's first bout of cancer. Yeah. And he would have 2 more bouts, passing away in November 2018. And his dying request was that I continue to race. This was something that, we, did together as a couple. And we had planned to attend the 2019 Senior Games in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Mm-hmm. He still wanted me to do that. And eventually, I found a new coach. I went shopping for a track coach.
Yeah.
And I went shopping, yes. And the person I wanted to be my coach wasn't available. So she said, I know a couple of guys. Can I have them call you? And a possible coach would be an Olympic hopeful.
Oh.
He went to Oregon, 7-time All-American, 5 or 6-time NCAA champion, Pac-12 champion, national champion in high school. And I said, she said, do you mind if he calls you?
Yeah.
I said, you had me at Olympic hopeful.
Right.
And it was just supposed to be a one and done kind of thing. And that was in February 2019. And guess what?
It sounds as though you're far from finished.
We have plans. We have plans.
Okay.
We have plans. When I say we, because I do have a team, because Marcus assembled a PT trainer for me and a therapeutic massage therapist, and we were all on the same page. 5 races. We're getting Madonna ready for that. Now, for the 2024 Washington State season, I want to break the record for women's 70. Actually, I have, but it was at the national games. I need to do it in Washington, so it is in the books. Future plans are for me to break state, national, and world records. Marcus has this master plan for me to eventually race in the USA Track and Field Masters events nationally and internationally. He says we are taking baby steps. That's the game plan. And I do want to tell everyone that just because you're old, it doesn't mean you don't have a future. You can be 80 years old and you still have a future at doing something. 90, you still have a future at doing something. So it's never too late to set goals. And I believe that when you live agelessly, it's liberating, because age isn't stopping you from doing whatever you want to do.
When you share that with your friends, do they look at you weird, or do they?
Oh, Andy. Oh my goodness. Thank you for asking. In the beginning, especially when I was seriously training with Marcus and I would tell people what I was doing, they would say, why are you doing that? Why are you putting yourself through that? Or I remember somebody saying, aren't you a little old to be running around tracks? And during COVID, I was still training, by myself and, whatever. There was a teaching colleague who said, Madonna, you're retired. You were a good teacher. They need substitute teachers. Stop running around the track and be a substitute teacher. And I said, no. This is what I want to do. This is it. So there was some head scratching, but now it's, oh yes, this is my friend Madonna, and she's got all these medals, and and it helps to have been on the Today Show. I was on the Today Show earlier.
What have you learned about yourself through all of these life experiences?
learned that I am now enjoying the experience of being fit. I mean, I'm on the track 3 days a week, and then I'm in the gym lifting. I never look at that.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yes.
Look at that. Yes. I mean, you know, when people say, "Oh, I look at your pictures and I see your biceps."
Yeah.
Just the fitness component of it. Sometimes I scare myself. I was wiping crumbs off my lap and I thought, oh my gosh, you know, my thighs are firm, you know,
Yeah.
or it's just like, oh my goodness. Just the transformation of my body physically and my endurance. I've got a strong heart. I've got strong lungs, which I didn't think about until someone who was 85 said, "Oh, you must have really good lung capacity." I'm like, "Well, yes, I do."
Yeah.
Or doing things like sitting on the floor and then getting up and having people my age or older go, "Oh my gosh." And I'm wondering, like, what? You sat down on the floor and you got up. I have difficulty sitting in a chair because the chair has to be a certain height for them so that, you know, otherwise they got to, you know, have their grandchildren come over here and help me get from the chair, you know. And I am just so grateful for my fitness. I think that's the biggest bonus of it. My increased strength, power, and endurance.
Is there anything that people can take away from this?
There's a couple of things that they can take away, and that is, it is never, ever too late to try something new. Anything is possible. It's never too late. And living your life agelessly is liberating.
My congratulations to her. The games promote active and healthy lifestyles among people over 50 and encourage social interaction and camaraderie. And by the way, Madonna is sponsored by Get Set Up, which is on a mission to help the third of the world's population who are over 55 to learn new skills, connect with others, and unlock new life experiences. Now we know Mimi is in the kitchen creating some great recipes. Let's check in with her.
Oh,
that's gorgeous.
Check this out.
I like the look.
Oh,
it's beautiful. It's got a nice brown.
Love it. Yes.
And my goodness.
Oh wow. So Richard, hot.
Oh yeah.
You know, I can.
You've got hot hands.
Yep, I can do the hot. There you go. So now I'm gonna.
They haven't.
Woo! That's so hot.
I like the color of them.
Don't try this at home, okay? You have to pick them up with something.
Yeah.
Let me rinse my fingers, please.
Okay.
Thank you. There you go.
See, you needed me here.
Oh yes, of course. I always need you all the time. Yeah. So you put all here. You can serve this on a bed of arugula or spinach or any thing green, but you don't have to because they're just appetizers. So let's do this. I'm gonna try to work with my left hand here.
Do you want a towel or anything?
No, I got it. It's very hot, so please don't do it like I'm doing it because I can take the heat.
Okay.
Some people can't. Okay, this one, I'm just gonna leave it there.
Here.
Out
of the way.
Sorry. So you put, remember the green scallions that I left behind? You just put them on top. Like that.
The way you're spreading it out.
Yeah, like that. And of course, always zest of lemon. I love lemon, and it's gonna take it to the next level. You know, every time you put one in your mouth and there is a little zest of a lemon in it, it's gonna be fabulous. So check this out. How
Pretty.
cool is this? It took me what? 8 minutes for cooking, 2 minutes for preparing this, and you will impress your guest with the beautiful, beautiful
Show it up
mushroom.
Here so everybody
Yeah,
can see
there you
it.
go.
Oh, that's so nice.
Can you see it?
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Okay.
So, Andy,
Okay, the ultimate
you be
test.
careful now. It's
hot.
super hot.
Oh.
Hot, hot. Oh. I told you it's hot. You have to leave it. You have to leave it. You know, he loves mushrooms. So he's suffering now, but he's okay. You have to let it sit at least 5 minutes before you start eating it, okay?
I
So
wish you would've told
don't
me
do
that.
what Andy did. He did. It's okay. You're not gonna die. All right, until next time, you guys. See you later.
Thank you so much, Mimi. We will see you next time. And I want to thank you so much for supporting the show. If you liked it or you learned something new, I want to tell you 3 ways that you can support the show and keep the Let's Talk Variety Show going. And number 1, get yourself subscribed. Every single show I am bringing on inspirational guests who can teach or have something interesting to share. So just take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Number 2, and now this is the ultimate way to support the Let's Talk Variety Show, and it takes less than a minute. You can write something short and sweet like, "I love this show. It has changed your life," or something you learned from it. I am not exaggerating that I read reviews every single day, and every single one, whether it's short or long, it means everything to me. And the more reviews means the higher we rank on all of those algorithms, which of course means bigger guests. So take a minute to leave a review. And number 3, share the show with your friends. Just hit that share button. We live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I am eternally grateful, and I thank you so much for supporting the Let's Talk Variety Show about productivity, positivity, happiness, and inspiration.